Hello everyone and welcome to the Ping Pod podcast. Back here with my mate Marcus. How are we doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you, Ben?
I fucked my foot up. I have, yeah. It happened last week when playing football. I mean, I wasn't, but this is 2 weeks late. I know. I had to go with my mum to a hospital appointment last Wednesday morning. I was there this time last Wednesday morning, so that was fun. Could have done with being there later on when I was playing football. And
Have you been to the hospital for it or not?
no, I sort of... Basically, what this is, it's a re-aggravation of an injury I got 3 years ago from Taekwondo. And honestly, it was... I basically, look, we're shit. Alright? And we've been in this... We've started, like, some league games. We haven't won any yet.
Really?
But it was up to half-time, and we were 3-1 up. And it was going well, we were pretty dominant, and we were thinking, yeah, this is going to be the game, we're finally going to get a win, we've played well today. And then someone made the stupid decision to put me in goal for a little bit. I let in, like, 4 goals in the space we scored 1.
You're joking. So was it a draw at the end?
We lost.
Oh, you did lose.
And just to put the icing on the cake, when they realised this was a shit idea and they brought me back out again, just to put the icing on my day, I did a shite back pass to the keeper, which they latched onto and scored.
Really?
Yeah.
Who was the keeper then? Was it you still?
No. I did the back pass to the keeper.
Ben!
And you know I've got a temper.
Yeah, kind of.
And in my head right now, this loss was all my fault. Because I'd been the one in goal, and I'd just done that back pass, and I was really angry, and I was really frustrated. And then I got the ball at one point, and then I got tackled, and I got angry, and I kicked the wall.
So it was your own fault?
Of course it was my own fault. I kicked the wall, and
Oh, dear.
immediately I thought, oh shit, this was a bad idea. I somehow managed to get to the end of the game, got an ice pack on it after 2 attempts at asking, because they didn't give me one the first time.
Oh, dear.
And
Excuse me.
then I somehow managed to drive home. That was fun. But after that, because the biggest pain doesn't come immediately.
No, it's after you've rested it and
Yeah,
then you put your foot on it and you're just like...
I was okay
Wow.
to drive home because the biggest pain hadn't come yet. If this had been the next day, I couldn't drive at all. I couldn't put any weight on it, couldn't walk. My girlfriend started calling me Hopson because I was hopping everywhere. I literally couldn't put any weight on it. And then it got to Friday and I could start to put some weight on it. Just slowly. And it's been slowly recovering ever since.
So Thursday you did nothing. You stayed in bed.
Yeah. Because I had no choice. I
couldn't
do
get out of bed.
anything. Well, no, I could.
But you could barely walk anywhere.
I had to hop everywhere, so for lunch I was just hopping around the kitchen doing shit. I couldn't put any weight on it. So that was fun. It's been a fun week. It still hurts now. I still struggle to walk. I'm still limping everywhere, but
No football tonight then?
no. No taekwondo since last Wednesday either.
Oh, really?
So
Great start to the middle of the week.
Fun. I think I should be alright to play next week, like half a game. You know, as a substitute, just come on and take it easy. Should be
Maybe.
able to.
I
We'll see.
wouldn't strain it too much though.
Yeah.
Because then you'll like hurt it even more. And
Like I said, it's a re-aggravation of an injury
Yeah.
that I did 3 years ago when doing a board break at Taekwondo. And you're supposed to use the ball of your foot. And by the way, this was in a post-grading demonstration 1 week later after I did my 3rd degree black belt grading. Now in the grading, I did the same kick perfectly. 1 week later, I'm doing a demonstration, and you're supposed to hit it with the ball of your foot. I hit it with the toe itself.
Your toe?
Yeah.
You.
I got the angles wrong a bit.
Ow.
And again, as soon as I hit the wood, even back then, I thought, fuck! With that inflection. You know,
Did you break your toe?
voice break. No, it wasn't broken, because we went to get an x-ray the next day.
Did you break the board?
Yes.
Hey, well done.
Yeah, that wasn't the issue.
You're having to walk home.
And the thing is, I had to get up and collect my new black belt. I had to get up.
Sorry.
I have to edit this out, man.
I know.
Doing?
Sorry.
No, but after that I had to walk up and get the black belt. So I had to try and limp up and hide it almost. It was just the.
You're just like, oh.
It's like promotion to third degree black belt Ben Hobson.
Thank you. I'm not hurting everybody.
But
no pain here.
The nurses weren't that much of a help because I got it checked out and they gave it an X-ray and anything. They basically said the bone's okay, it's not broken. You might have bruised it.
The bone's okay.
Yeah, that you might have bruised it a bit, but it's not broken. They said it's probably like the tissue around the joint.
Mm.
And the reason it still hurts me now is because they gave me a time period of healing of 8 to 16 weeks before I could get back into action, like taekwondo or whatever. What I should have done is given it the full 16, to be sure. I gave it just the initial 8.
Yeah.
And the problem is, like, it felt alright, but the problem is, I think it wasn't fully healed. And now it never will be, and it's weakened. So,
yeah.
Don't kick walls.
When they give you a time period, always go for the latter.
Yeah.
Like when I had
I know that now.
I had a cast iron when I broke it. I think they gave me 6 to 8 weeks.
I mean,
I kept it on for 8 weeks. I was like,
I don't
want to have to break my arm again.
I mean, this is the first major injury to it since the initial one.
Mm-hmm.
But I find that after I've been on it for a while, if I go for like a 2 or 3 hour walk, it starts to twinge.
Mm-hmm.
I went for a walk through our local forest recently, and it was a really good walk, But towards the end of it, I started to feel it. It's after I've been on it for a while, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just permanently weakened for life. Woohoo! Go me!
Yeah.
How's your foot?
My foot's fine. I've had no problems with my foot or anything.
Alright, so I've spent 5 minutes talking about my injury. I think we should get on with some video games.
I think we should.
Right then, so news again.
Laugh, actually.
I don't care.
Okay.
Anyway, so again, not much news. E3 was still too recent for there to be lots of news. I need to sneeze. Fuck. I'm just gonna recover here.
Oh dear.
Entertain the viewers.
I'm bored now.
Fuck off then. Anyway, Pokemon Go came out recently in North America and Australia.
Yeah, and literally broke the company's servers.
I think it's taken in like $14 million since it came out, which is good for a free-to-play game.
Very good.
It's not legally available here in Britain yet.
No, but
but you can still get it through roundabout ways.
I think one of the best ways is if you have like an iOS phone, like Apple or something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
change the your store settings to the American one. And you can download
America or Australia, yeah.
But you can't do that with the Android one, which I was quite annoyed. I don't think you can anyway, because I tried it.
I think you can.
Because I've been looking at the settings everywhere. Where can I change it? I want to change it.
I'm just gonna wait anyway. Oh, come on, eventually. I couldn't play anyway with this foot. It's all about walking around.
Around your house, you probably won't find a lot. But there's been a lot of problems, haven't there?
Yeah.
Because
one guy's house became a gym.
Exactly, yeah. You've had people's houses become gyms, and shops for Pokeballs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's really quite funny.
Apparently, Mum came across some kids playing it in Lidl the other day.
Lidl?
Yeah. There was an American police department which urged people to, look where you're going. They did it in a humorous way through a Facebook post,
Yeah.
But they were like, make sure you still look where you're going. When you cross the road, look both ways.
Yeah.
That Pokemon is not going anywhere anytime soon. You've got the time.
They're Pokemon fans, obviously.
Oh yeah. But it is also a safety issue thing. And I think someone said they found a gym on the border of North and South Korea, where if you went there, you'd literally get shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually quite funny. I know I shouldn't laugh, but
Nintendo clearly haven't done their homework about where to put gyms. Who puts a gym?
Well, it's not Nintendo that have made it, is it?
Yeah, because they licensed it out, didn't they? Sorry, that's my bad.
They're still making loads of money off it, probably.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because obviously it's using the Pokemon name, so they're going to make some money off it. But
yeah.
But wow. But I know I've seen a few of my friends who have played it, who are playing it because obviously they've got around all the stuff. I'm just going to wait.
Yeah, same.
I'd rather wait.
Same.
So
it'll come out eventually, and like I said, I can play it anyway.
I know, but oh well. It looks like a pretty fun game. Something that I'll probably be obsessed with for like 2 or 3 weeks. But then it's more of a case of like
that's what's gonna happen.
I'm walking around. Okay, it's gonna take me 10 minutes to walk here. I'm gonna play Pokemon on the way there.
Yeah,
just to keep me a bit entertained. But I'm not gonna be like, okay, I've woken up now, Pokemon all day.
It was on the fucking news.
Oh no, it was, yeah.
The BBC News. I think it was just last night. And it wasn't even for any particular reason.
It's because it's massive.
Yeah, it's not because someone had an accident from it or something happened with it. It literally, the woman, by the way, the woman who was obviously reading the teleprompter, she couldn't keep the amusement out of her face. She was just there like, I can't fucking believe I'm talking about this.
About Pokemon.
Yeah.
In like
She
prime time
She
news.
couldn't keep the hilarity out of her own face. It's hilarious. And initially she was just like, now Pokemon Go, blah 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 blah. Here's a guy to talk about it. The guy talked about it. And then they just got on with the news again.
Yeah.
There was no reason. They just talked randomly about Pokemon Go on the news. I'm thinking that's how you know your game is successful.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I want to check the downloads now, but I don't know where I put my phone. Oh, there you are. Because I looked at it before, and I'm pretty sure it said something like... Because I can't download it now, but I think I can search for it and look at like downloads and stuff.
Yeah.
And last time I looked at it, it was about 5 million. It's something that's only been out for like what, a week or two or something like that. I think. I'm just gonna search it now because it is literally exploding everywhere. Wait a second.
And of course you got all the memes popping up all over the internet.
Oh, I can't search it now.
Like there was one that was like, there was one that was like, Bay, come over. Me, can't. Bay, there's a Mewtwo in my back garden. And then he runs over.
Yeah, there's gonna be loads of memes about that. There really
Yeah.
is. Wait a sec. It came up before. I could like look at it. Not I can't do anything else. But wait a second.
Get on with it.
There we go.
Oh.
Got it. I think 10 million now.
10
That's
million.
just on the Android one.
Wow.
It says this item is not available in your country. Damn.
Sorry. We've interrupted your podcast. I'm so sorry.
You do it every week. It's
Yeah.
fine. We're getting used to it. Just implement it in. It's great.
We're teaching you editing skills.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's
Or
not
Ben
like
editing
after 3
skills.
years we don't know how to do that yet.
Just testing.
So
Anything else I can get you? Saucer of milk?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'll have a cup of tea, please. Thank you.
You cheeky bastard.
I'll leave you to it,
Thank you.
and we'll come and get you.
Okay, cool. Lock the door. Now.
No, because they're gonna come and get us.
I know, in the middle... Okay, fine, whatever.
I can't carry on talking because you're not. Where do we get to?
I'm recording.
Are you?
I recorded all that.
It doesn't look like it's moving. Look at
It is.
It isn't. Look at it. Yeah, but look at the waveforms.
Yes, they're moving.
Oh god, that's fucking slow.
Because I've zoomed out.
That is slow
That's
as.
12 minutes. That's 16 minutes there.
Where
That's
the
a 4-minute gap.
Where the hell did we get to?
We were talking about like downloads of Pokemon Go and stuff.
You continue with that because that was your part.
Well, it says 10 million on like the Android thing, but that's just like a rounded number.
Yeah.
Because I think it goes.
Oh yeah,
like
they can't give you like
1
10
million, then 5 million, then 10, then 50. So it could be two. I think it's next one's 50.
No, it can't be
Or
that
is it 25?
big a difference.
Might be 25.
I don't know.
So it could be between 10 and 25 million. Who knows? But basically, there's a lot of people that have downloaded. Plus, I bet you've got people who've never played Pokemon in their life that are playing it.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
They're just going with the thing.
Mm. And lots of 30-year-olds
Yeah.
going around playing it.
And lots of people who are nearly 20 whose first game was Pokemon Ruby.
Absolutely.
Totally me.
No, that's good. That's good. And of course, the Sun and Moon coming out later this year as well.
Yes.
It's an advantage.
Yep.
There is a possibility of a Battlefield TV series being talked about.
Cool.
What do you reckon? Cool.
If they do it right, then yeah, because you obviously got like Band of Brothers and stuff, and a lot of other.
What era do you reckon they'll set it in?
Hopefully not futuristic crap like Call of Duty are making their awful games on. But I don't know. I reckon they could do like a thing like each series is a different era. So like maybe First World War, Second World War, whatever ones follow after that. Don't
I
ask
love
me.
your grasp of history.
It's amazing. Cold War, which Vietnam War, yeah, maybe Korean War and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know if they'll make it work. I'm a bit skeptical myself.
It needs to
'Cause-
have good like pyrotechnics and
Yeah.
action and lots of basically a lot of budget needs to go into the actual fight scenes. So
Get Zack Snyder to do it.
what?
Get Zack Snyder to do it.
Just get Michael Bay. Just get Michael Bay in.
Just get some visual people in. Fuck the plot.
Get Peter Jackson in, CGI everything.
You're gonna be my actor, except I don't need you. I'll just CGI him.
Yes.
I don't need you.
Go. I just need your voice. Go away.
Yeah. And this isn't really news, but I was just scrolling through GameSpot yesterday. Looking for possible news, and it was like latest on the PS3, PS4, and the PS Vita.
Yeah.
And my mind just went, fuck, the Vita is still a thing.
See, I don't know.
The Vita is still happening. I forgot this existed.
They're still making games, but I just don't think they're putting a lot into it.
Everyone bought a Vita, and then everyone thought, well, this was a shit idea. Because nothing really decent came out for it.
No. It's like they made the actual console quite good.
Yeah.
Like new. There's a lot of new features on it, but it's just
because I looked at it just before it came out.
They didn't support it with any good games, or not enough good games. Because some of the good games you've got is like there's an Uncharted, like an exclusive Uncharted game on there.
Yeah.
I think there's an exclusive Assassin's Creed thing, and I think a Call of Duty thing. Other than that, I can't really think of many that have been like publicised quite a bit.
Yeah.
That I can think of at the moment, because when I will go and buy games, I think, oh yeah, go buy a Vita game now. Because a lot of them have been like, because they released a Ratchet and Clank HD collection, I think, on there, like a trilogy on there.
Yeah.
And I think they did a few others as well. It's just, I don't know. They could have played it a lot better.
Yeah.
Like bringing out new games and just generally advertising it better.
Yeah, I agree.
I've got one. I haven't played it for months and months and months.
I doubt anyone has. They're just collecting dust at this point.
Yeah.
I just remember looking at it thinking, shit.
There's a lot of like I say, there's a lot of old games that have been remastered that are pretty good that I played when I was like on the PS2 and stuff.
Yeah.
That aren't that bad, but yeah.
Cool. That's the news.
Bye. See you later.
Yeah,
everybody.
we're done. That's the podcast for this week now.
Drop the mic.
I better not. That won't do it any good. It's a condenser. Right, so the topic for this week, we've got on this week, and I've got notes and shit. Films adapted into video games. Like, that's the normal way around. Not video games adapted into films. They're all shit, and we'll do them another week.
Yeah.
I say they're all shit. Most of these are shit.
They are.
Films adapted into video. I've got some games noted down, some game series, and then if we think of others, we'll mention them.
Yeah. Spider-Man's a big one.
Spider-Man. Now, I do want to keep this to the films, the film versions, like the PS1 games, which were great, but that's not what we're on about. So they can fuck off.
I gotta say, was it Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 2?
Fucking amazing.
Exactly. That is one
Spider-Man 2
instance of a great game.
To be fair, at least the original Spider-Man trilogy of games, based on the films, they were all pretty decent.
They were decent. They were the better of the other examples we have on here.
Definitely. Spider-Man 1 was good. You couldn't touch the ground.
No, I know.
That was a bit weird.
It was weird.
But a lot of Spider-Man 1 was stealth. You had to hide in shadows and make yourself not be seen a lot. That was a lot of Spider-Man 1 was stealth.
2 and 3 were better, mainly because you could touch the ground.
Well, it depends on what type of game you like. I still really enjoyed Spider-Man 1. Like sneaking through the office court building, that was fun.
Yeah.
And again, it was mostly against the Green Goblin, of course it was. But then he had other side things as well, including going after a more extensive look into going after Uncle Ben's killer.
Yeah.
So that was a thing. I enjoyed the movement of it on Spider-Man 1. The movement was different. It was quite fluid in a way. But no, it was a good game. And then I can't deny that Spider-Man 2 was... The only problem I have with Spider-Man 2 is the fighting. It's a bit clunky.
Yeah, but it's a PS2 game, come on.
Yeah.
It was made for a film, they probably had a low budget, and they were going to advertise it a lot just to sell it.
Well, it was Activision, so it wouldn't be that low a budget.
Activision make COD, so they're not exactly the best game makers in the world.
They might not be the best game makers, but they have money.
Not back then, they might not have done.
They made the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series back then. They had
money. Maybe.
And in fact, the original Spider-Man. Well, how Activision are they? They're just publishers, aren't they? Really? Are they publishers or developers?
Yeah, they're publishers now mainly.
So,
like I say,
either way, they had money, so They should have been able to do something with this game. Anyway, no, Spider-Man 2 was brilliant. Lots of enemies. Mysterio storyline was fun. I hated trying to get to the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
You had to use those alien things to get there. I couldn't fucking do it. I'd get out halfway and I couldn't get up to the other one. Of course, I'd get there eventually, but it
You're
took me
awful.
fucking ages.
You're awful.
And that weird house of his.
Yeah.
That sort of House of Heart. What the fuck was that? And it turns out you're just in someone's flat. You end up like coming out the cupboard and you're in his flat, and it's like, what the fuck is this?
What have I just taken? What drugs were those?
Yeah, you go into this house and you're like, it turns upside down on you, and you get like this vision of him like looking up at you from underneath the floor, and then you go into a mirror, and then you go into a room of mirrors, and like Spider-Man's come out and try and beat you up like Spider-Man clones, and they can be like tall and wobbly, or just like you, and it's just like the fuck, and you have to basically break every mirror to find the way out. You can't just click the right one; it will always be the last one you hit.
Yeah.
To find the way out. It's fucking mental. It literally is drugs.
Drugs. Like Amy Winehouse's flat.
And then you
Her
meet him,
closet. It's her secret closet. Makes you feel like you're high.
and then you meet him one last time in a shop, and like his energy bar like fills up 3 times.
Yeah.
And you just think, ah, shit, and then you hit him once and he's dead. Well, he's not dead, but he goes down. You hit him once and it's game over.
Yeah.
I actually really like the start of it though. You know when Quentin Beck challenges Spider-Man because he doesn't believe in him,
Yeah.
and so he arranges that test, like those 3 stages. I really enjoy that bit. That bit's really fun. But moving away from Mysterio, the final Doc Ock fight isn't fun.
No. It's kind of boring.
It's not boring. I find it difficult.
Yeah. But
'Cause
that's why though.
Because you have to avoid that thing going out,
think-
don't you? And if
yeah.
you get hit by it, you get fucking thrown into Narnia.
Because when I think when you're like that age, like when you're that age playing a game, it gets to a point where something's so difficult you become bored with it.
I finally completed it. I actually managed to get past it.
I think I did eventually, but I think it took me like I went away from the game for a bit
Yeah.
and then came back and thought, oh, I've never actually finished this,
Yeah.
and then eventually did it. Nah.
But yeah, Spider-Man 2 was great. And had Black Cat in it as well.
Oh no, yeah,
Being some sort of seductive, flirty.
yeah. It's basically trying to be like Catwoman from
Felicia Hardy.
DC. You know, Marvel just copying DC as usual.
Black Cat is an original character from
Oh.
Marvel Comics.
And Catwoman was around longer.
Probably. I don't know when Black
I
Cat
don't
came
know
in.
actually. I don't know.
When was Catwoman invented?
I don't know.
Should we look it up?
Okay, I'll have a look.
Look
Yes.
up Catwoman and then look up Black Cat, Felicia Hardy.
Okay,
By all means, take your time.
I'm going to take my time, like I always do.
I can edit this bit.
What was it again? Black Cat
Felicia Hardy.
in 1979. It's her first appearance.
And Catwoman. Catwomen. How many have there been?
1940.
Fair enough.
Nearly 40 years.
To be fair, I think it happens with both Marvel and DC, doesn't it? Like, one will come up with a character and then the other will take influence from it.
I suppose. But a lot of like DC's characters now were established quite early on.
Mm.
So like you've got like Aquaman and all this stuff. They've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't think they really do a lot of new characters, whereas Marvel still do
Yeah, Marvel
some,
still do
some
fuckloads of characters
new
still.
characters, which is why it's kind of annoying.
Iron Man's become a young female black woman.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
In what?
In the comics.
Okay, so
It's
it's not
ousted-
Iron Man then, is it?
Tony Stark. It'll be Iron Woman or something like that. I don't know.
So is Tony Stark just giving it up now?
Pretty much.
Oh, I don't reckon that'll go down well. Or has it already gone down well?
There wasn't a massive uproar. Not like the Nazi Captain America thing of recently.
I'm
That
just
I didn't
surprised
really
because you know what people are like with like that thing with
Well, people are
Hermione
used to
Granger.
it now. People are used to it now. Like they did female Thor last year.
That thing with that Harry Potter play, and they talk about Hermione's not supposed to be black,
Not that
even though she never
not
specified.
that anyone with a brain cares. They're like, oh, it's from the films. Yeah, this play isn't related to the films.
I've never read the books or anything, so.
It's just.
But someone said she's never been on a cover, so you don't know what colour she is. I was like, okay. So, and she's never.
She has, and she was drawn as white, but that was just the artist's interpretation in my head.
Oh, okay, fair enough then.
In my head, that is just, I mean, yeah, okay, she was on the Deathly Hallows cover.
Colour.
She was on the Deathly Hallows cover, and she was drawn as white, but I don't... That's just the artist's interpretation, really.
Yeah.
Hermione can be whatever you want, as long as it vaguely fits the description. But the description did not include her skin colour.
Fair enough.
I think the only reason as well that the artist drew her as white is because...
That was on the news
at that
as well,
point the films were out. Yeah.
That was on there because they were talking about it. They were like, "Oh, there's like been some complaints about."
Well, Emma Watson went to see it, the play.
Oh no, yeah.
And she met her Hermione.
It's basically a new book.
It's
even
not.
though even though she said no, it's not a new book. It's been advertised as the 8th book in the series.
It's the script of the play. It's just a transcript.
It's still the 8th story though.
It's the 8th story. It's not the 8th book. It'll be released as a book, but it's a transcript of the play.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never read the books or anything, so it
Mm.
doesn't really interest me.
Anyway,
So much hate now because
we'll get onto that later actually, because I've got Harry Potter written down. But
oh yeah,
but reading on from Spider-Man games. Oh, by the way, we only did we went up to 2. Spider-Man 3 it wasn't as good.
it was still
But it was
not
still
bad
alright. It
though.
still had like many different plot elements. Each version of the game was different as well between the
Yeah.
generations and stuff. The Wii and PlayStation 2 versions were different from the PS3, Xbox.
They do that a
versions.
lot now with some games. They're like, oh yeah, you've got like alternate endings on these consoles.
To be fair, I mean they had stuff on those on the PS2 and Wii editions they didn't have on the other ones. Like
it's a
the
good idea.
storyline between the characters Morbius and Shriek, Morbius the
Yeah.
living vampire and Shriek. There was a storyline involving those two villains on the PS2 version that wasn't on the others.
Yeah.
So-
See, that's okay, but I always find it to be like a marketing idea to get people to buy the other consoles and then buy the game again.
Mm,
No, we've got YouTube now. People don't even buy the games; they just watch it on YouTube.
exactly. But no, Spider-Man 3 was okay. The Amazing Spider-Man series I didn't play.
No, I wouldn't play.
And
I hated the first film. Would not see the second film. I
Jack-
did not like.
Jack liked him. Our friend Jack, didn't he? He quite liked him.
Oh, but Jack likes all the things that are awful.
If he hears this,
He likes 21 Pilots.
that's not going to go down with many people.
I don't
You've
get
just
what...
fucking lost us, every fucking listener we have.
I know, but I don't understand why people like... Because I think it was Jack that first showed me to them. I was just like, oh, they're really, really good. I didn't think they were good. At all.
Who fucking cares?
And then there's a lot of things that Jack has said.
You like.
Oh, you'll like this, Marcus. I'm like, why did you think I would like this? Some things I'm like, yeah, I do like that. And then
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that he has. There's a few things he has shown me that I've kept up with, but some of the things it's just like, why?
Yeah.
And 21 Pilots is one of them. It's just like, no. Anyway, that's music, not
Yeah.
games.
And I would, going back to Spider-Man, I would go back into, like, Spider-Man Friend or Foe
Yeah.
and all these spin-off games, but they're not related to the films. And this is strictly films, Marcus. So
Yeah.
don't force me into it.
I know Jack, like you said, Jack liked them, the Spider-Man films. The first one wasn't given a bad review, but I didn't like it personally.
Mm. It was mixed.
But
They were
then
both mixed.
the second one was just abysmal.
The second one was a bit of a villain overload.
Well, I didn't watch it, so
Um,
I probably would eventually, but nah, I refuse to.
Moving on. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, they've all been converted into games.
Yeah, there's like Thor games.
They
and
weren't great.
Captain America games, and just stop making games from films.
It just doesn't... For some reason, they just...
Now they don't work. They
Why
don't
now?
work anymore.
Why did they work in Spider-Man 2 days and not now?
Because back then, story and actual decent gameplay and stuff actually mattered. Now it's just make it look amazing. But then, when it's released, it won't look as amazing as it did.
Yeah.
Such as with Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I just think they
I
should
haven't
stop
played
now.
many of them, but apparently they're not very good.
Yeah.
So that
I just
sucks.
avoid them.
Fair
Just
enough.
avoid them.
Fair enough.
The only ones that make decent games... Well, they're saying that Marvel have made some good games. like the Lego Marvel series.
Mm.
But I just don't think anything else has worked.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, you got Batman and stuff, which has got a big expanded universe and all that stuff. Got a lot of stuff. Works well with the games because of the setting he's in. He's like a detective and he's a spy and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You got to sneak around and things like that. It works because people like those kind of genres, but they just haven't made it work with many Marvel games, to be honest. So.
Uh-huh. Well, that sucks. Harry Potter. Now,
Again,
how many did you play any of these?
No.
I'm gonna do a video soon. I've got footage recorded and stuff of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for the PS1. Because the game series of Harry Potter started out really well.
Yeah.
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, at least the PS1 copy, was brilliant. It's a really good game, really fun. You get to play Quidditch.
I don't really care, to be honest.
Well, let me talk about it then. It's not about what you care about.
It is.
It's not. Lighten up, you dismal prick.
Whoa.
I said that with less conviction.
You prick.
Anyway, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone on PS1 was fantastic. It's a great game. Graphics are questionable at times, even for PS1. You'll see it in the
Really?
You'll see it in the video if I bring it out.
Is it like Amiga style graphics?
Oh my god. It's not that, it's just like the faces, mostly.
Yeah.
Neville Longbottom's face, which is weird at the best of times,
Yeah.
in the game is... It's fucking scary. It's weird as shit. Anyway.
Like you said, not a lot of budget was put into movie games.
But but gameplay wise, Jeremy Soule did the video game music for it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Gotta have good music then.
Yeah.
It's gotta have good music.
But yeah, actually, Philosopher's Stone was really good as a game. I think they just went steadily downhill after that. And like the game based on Deathly Hallows Part 2 was shite.
Yeah.
And so were the ones preceding it. The
Yeah.
few ones preceding. And they started off well, like Philosopher's Stone was great. Chamber of Secrets was pretty good. Azkaban was okay. I had Goblet of Fire. Alright.
I just think
And the rest
it's
would be shit.
it's the like idea like the film is the main attraction, but we don't want to put too much money into the game, so we give it to a small studio that probably haven't been given enough time to make it to then release something that's unfinished, or that it's not necessarily unfinished but could have been better.
That at least happened with the latter games.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the first few were pretty good. So yeah, it's a shame that they went downhill, but everyone still fondly remembers Philosopher's Stone. Like I still see it now, like a gaming Facebook page will be like, "Who remembers this classic?" and it'll be like a screenshot of Philosopher's Stone or whatever. It's a really good game.
Cool.
Gotta get the video out. The legend that is E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
That was like the worst game ever made, wasn't it?
Yes, it was the one that was buried in the
Literally.
desert.
They buried like hundreds of thousands of copies. didn't
Yeah.
they? Or was it like 1 million copies?
And it was seen as the worst game ever made. And then the
And
AVG...
despite being made in like the 80s or 90s,
the
whatever.
Atari 2600?
Yeah.
The early 90s? The early 80s, sorry. The AVGN like did an entire sort of film based around it, an entire sketch. And he finally does his actual AVGN review. And it's like, so is this truly the worst game ever made? Well, no. He says it is shit. And it's frustrating. And some of it doesn't really make sense. But at least it's still playable.
Oh, yeah,
And-
there are games out
and
there that
it's
aren't
still-
playable.
And it's still completable, but he said basically, no, it's not the worst game ever made. You still can't recommend it to anyone. It's still shocking. But there are worse games out there, somehow.
Yeah.
So, we forgive you, E.T. And we're sorry. For your shit. Deal with it.
He's just looking at the paper like, E.T., you.
Speaking of E.T., Star Wars, and I say that because...
E.T.?
No, did you see them in Star Wars Episode 1? The E.T. species.
No?
They're in it.
Really?
Well, yeah, because aren't they both the same studio? Aren't they both Lucasfilm?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think. No, E.T. E.T.'s Steven Spielberg.
They must know each other then.
I think they
know
are
each
good
other.
friends. They're supposed to be
Anyway,
good friends.
either way,
Whatever.
the E.T. species is in Star Wars Episode 1. You know, during one of the big council meetings, You see them in the bottom left corner of your screen. It's the ET species.
I might have done at some
And,
point, but
and also think about in ET as well when he recognises Yoda. And there's that kid dressed up as Yoda and he's like, home, home.
yeah.
So what they're trying to say is...
Yeah, they're putting references in both films.
Basically
Yeah.
what they're trying to say is E.T. and Star Wars are in the same universe.
Could be. They probably are, actually, yeah. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Life.
Anyway, speaking of E.T. and going into Star Wars through that weird segue, Star Wars have plenty of video games out since their inceptions.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of them. Fuck loads of them, in fact.
Yeah.
You've got Star Wars Battlefront.
Which one?
All of them.
I have, actually, yeah.
Have you actually got all of them?
Yeah. Got the ones on the PlayStation.
What are they like?
Portable as well, PSP. I've got them on the PSP as well.
Well, they're like...
My favourite is always going to be the first one, as in the PS2 first one. I just like the controls on it, it's good. Battlefront 2 is good. My opinion, not as good. There was the Battlefront 3, obviously.
Right, the latest one?
It's good, but it just lacks content in the way of there's no real campaign.
Right, so you get bored of it quite quickly.
No, not that. It's just that, I don't know, I think that there would have been better with like a proper
of course they're
offline
making
mode,
another
skirmish battle sort of thing.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty cool.
They are making another one, so...
I know, yeah. I'm hoping that they kind of take from that game as well, back the new one, because it is a good game, and then take from all the other ones as well. The space battles are amazing in the new game. I think that is the best addition.
Yeah.
That is a bit I really, really like.
I'm going to check my phone for something in a minute.
Why?
I don't know if I'll have it.
What?
I'm just checking my phone.
It's being crazy.
It's being crazy. I don't know.
Stop being crazy.
I don't...
You're scaring me, Ben.
Oh, tough. Deal with it.
Oh, come on, Ben.
Don't rush me.
No.
I don't know what I want. Hold on, there's an easy way to find out.
What are you trying to find out?
If not, I'm just going to go and fucking...
Oh, for goodness sake. Just tell me I can help you.
No.
Oh, my lord.
Because you won't help me.
I will just walk out the room. If it's something to do with Doctor Who.
Hey, you mentioned it now. I don't have to. Hey, tricked.
Was it
into
Doctor Who,
that.
though?
No.
Okay.
But I think Star Wars games, I'm just going to keep talking whilst I look for it. Star Wars games, in general, seem to be a bit of a mixed bag, don't they?
Of, like, good or bad
Good
games.
and bad.
Early on, more good.
Well, JonTron did an entire series called Starcade,
Okay.
working with another studio. It was pretty good, and throughout it was like 10 episodes, and throughout it he looked at like loads of different
Star Wars games.
games, and yeah, they do seem to be a bit of a mixed bag
Yeah.
overall.
I think the newer games, like the ones that have come out recently, have been more of the mixed reception.
Yeah.
Like it's got some of the old ones, like the Star Wars Old Republic. Oh, what a game! What else is there? They got some like games on the GameCube actually.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think it was the Clone Wars or something like that. Again, I think it was based on the film. It was like based around like battles and stuff.
No,
that was a good game.
Anyway,
There was a Bounty Hunter one, which I can't remember because I haven't played it for a while.
but of course the best thing ever
What?
to come out of a Star Wars game.
Oh.
You love this, don't you, Marcus? Mate, best thing ever to come out of a Star Wars game, this. It's just incredible. Your face right now. It's one of sadness.
Wait for it. For goodness sake.
Oh, amazing. That's the best thing ever to come out of a Star Wars game.
I will physically murder you. Literally, if you play that song again.
I couldn't resist. I thought I had it on my phone, that's why I was looking, but I had to go on YouTube instead. Never mind.
I hate you.
I know.
Find yourself a new co-presenter. I quit. Drop the microphone.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I had to. I know the dance.
I don't want to speak anymore.
I actually know the dance as well.
Just carry on. I'll
Based-
join in if I feel like it.
Okay, moving on. Overall, forgetting that, they seem to be pretty mixed bag, good and bad. That's pretty much what you'd expect.
That is the worst of everything.
We're past it. We're past it now. Don't dwell on it.
I've got to dwell on it now.
Oh dear.
You brought it to my mind now.
Oh dear. It's really stuck in your head now.
I hate you.
This parody. Well, it's not. It's a parody in itself, but it's taken the tune of Jason Derulo's
I
Riding
hate
Solo.
you. Which is the better song?
Which is the better song?
No, that is the better song.
That is the better
original one.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it is.
I'm honestly being serious. I think this one works better.
Whatever. Okay. Can we
I'm
just
honestly.
carry on
I've
now?
listened to Riding Solo. I don't like it, but I love this.
Whatever.
Well, the thing is, when you get to the actual chorus and you've got the melody and he's going, solo, I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo. That riding, I think if you replace that 2-syllable word with 1 syllable, solo, I'm Han Solo, I'm Han Solo. When you replace the 2-syllable word with 1 syllable, it becomes infinitely better.
Cool.
Melodically.
Amazing. I need to make an Instagram picture as well. I haven't posted for a while.
Scintillating. Absolutely amazing.
Cool.
I'm so glad you shared that with us all.
Yep. Oh dear.
And again, segueing on, using JonTron's Starcade as a segue. Sticking with JonTron, he did a video on another game based on a film, Charlie's Angels.
I don't know anything about this.
The worst thing ever.
Worse than E.T. Hello.
We've
Oh,
locked
he's
it!
going to unlock the door now, isn't he?
Is he
Why is
actually-
everybody interrupting us?
Jesus wept! We just want to record.
I'm well aware of that. Oh, am I interrupted?
Yes.
You are a little bit.
Again.
I do apologise.
Unbelievable scenes. Anyway, what do you...
You're going to lose your job, just so
What's
just
that?
so you know.
Yes.
Just ask us questions.
Yeah, about 10 questions.
Such as.
What do you like about the course?
Confidential?
Stuff like that.
Nothing's confidential in this place.
Jesus.
They've got cameras everywhere.
No, yeah, it was just general about the course, you know, what
Yeah.
we'd like to... It's actually, we weren't allowed to talk about the teachers much.
Yeah, we were
It
told.
was more about the courses themselves.
Content of the
The
course.
units.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just general.
Apologies, I'll leave you to it.
You got that down, right?
Yes, that's all recorded. Like a 5-minute talk about racing that we had about half an hour
Lord.
ago. For goodness sake.
We really need to find somewhere else to do this.
This is a great way to restart this podcast after your injury and your stuff. Great way to start it again.
We need to find somewhere else to do this. where
Yes, we
will
do. We
not
can just
get-
do 10 hours straight of just talking about stuff.
Wow, it's like 5 episodes. 5 or 6
Oh,
episodes.
yeah. 10.
Depending on how long I make them.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
But yeah, Charlie's Angels, worst thing ever. I'll show you the video afterwards. It was ludicrous. Came out on the GameCube. and it was-
Oh.
Don't go. Oh, with the GameCube. GameCube was a great console.
Oh, no, it was. It's got some good
s-
games.
Had Smash Brothers Melee on it.
It had
That is
the
fucking
football,
amazing.
the Mario football game.
Mm.
Mario Smash Brothers Football, was it, or something like that? That was a good game. I like that one.
Had that
Seriously?
football game.
That is-
Mario Football.
Yeah, I prefer it to FIFA.
You would.
Although saying that, I will buy the new FIFA game. Seriously.
Alex Hunter.
Yeah, that is what I will play it for that.
There's something new. I applaud EA. They've added something new.
I have not played FIFA since FIFA 12, I think,
Yeah.
or 13, one of those.
I swear, a few weeks ago he said 14, and then he said 13, and now he said 12.
I can't remember because I just buy a FIFA game. I don't care about the number.
Yeah.
It's
Fair
a
enough.
FIFA game, and it's just they're not going to update it that much. And everyone's
Mm.
like, "Oh, but this is new in Ultimate Team and stuff." I don't care. I
Ultimate
really
Team
don't
pissed
care.
me off the other day.
What's next?
Yeah,
Charlie's Angels. Yeah.
awful. That's all I can say about it.
Okay.
It's just
I don't. What would the objective of that game be?
run around and beat people up.
Really, is that it?
In fact, it's not even beat people up. People come after you to beat you up.
Oh, okay.
Invisible walls appear behind you as soon as you run past the place. I'm not even kidding, right? I'll give you a demonstration, right? Podcast people, you won't see this. Use imagination.
I will be
Literally-
descriptive as I can.
Literally, right?
He's limping over.
Yeah, I'm limping to my foot. Say you start here, right?
He's starting there.
You run forward.
He's
When we
limping
get to
forward.
this line here, and
He
then
gets
if
to
you
a
try
line.
and go backwards again, you can't.
Oh, it's like one of those side scrollers.
No,
So, well,
it's supposed to be open. Well, not open world, but it's supposed to be an open
fun-
level.
It functions like a side scroller.
But an invisible wall just appears behind you. It's not like you're not side scrolling. An invisible wall just appears, so you can't go back even if you need.
But
to.
it functions like a side scroller. You can't go backwards.
You're supposed to be able to, I guess, but through bad.
But that's how it functions.
Yeah.
Just answer. You could have just said yes straight away. You made
It's
that.
not a side scroller.
But it functions like one.
I guess.
Well, like most side scrollers.
I
Some
guess.
side scrollers you can go backwards, but
I guess. It's just.
it's an awful game,
It's
basically.
shite. It creates invisible walls where it shouldn't. And yeah, crap game. I don't know why I brought it up.
Neither do I.
Now,
you awful
the new
person.
Ghostbusters game. I've only put this on there because I saw some reviews for it yesterday.
Okay.
Apparently, it's pretty shite. One review described it as playing it safe, which I guess they just meant it's boring, doesn't do anything new, and
That's because well, they did do a Ghostbusters game before, didn't they?
yeah, it was.
That was not that bad.
Is it weird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's because Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but it didn't really follow the film in a way.
I don't think it was supposed to, was it?
No, but even so,
They were supposed to make another one of those, which I'd
yeah.
rather they did that instead of made that. Because I'm not going to watch the new film. I know people are going to say, oh, you're sexist and all that. I just don't think it's going to be anywhere near as good as the originals.
No. Yeah, I haven't.
Because the originals are so
I haven't really got an
iconic
interest
now.
in it. I haven't really got an interest in it.
No.
I never really had much of an interest in the originals.
Oh,
I've
I
seen
thought
the
the
first
originals
one.
were really funny.
I've seen the first one. And I like it. Yeah,
Mhm.
but I've never had too much of an interest.
You fool.
I-
Fool.
That's from Asda. I watched all of them last night.
Oh, did you?
And loads of Tom Scar, actually. Just loads of Tom Scar.
Yeah, he's got quite like the cats with guns and stuff.
Yeah. He likes guns, doesn't he? He says it in his channel trailer.
He does guns quite well, actually,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
I was actually quite impressed with the effects.
Yeah.
I was like, not bad.
He puts a lot of time. That's why he doesn't upload that often, because he puts a lot of time into
Or that
them.
one where that one called Coming Out.
Yes.
And that guy just walks in. I'm here. I'm queer. Knock knock. I like cock. It's great. Love it.
Oh, that's funny.
And there was that guy who was just like, "What's the haps? I hate blacks." I'm like, do you have a condition too? Nope, just racist. It's great.
Oh, he's actually quite funny.
But
But that's British people for you. They're just amazing at comedy.
Mm.
I'm not saying that because I'm British as well.
Mm.
But
And I watched a video of his yesterday, like how to YouTube.
how to YouTube?
Yeah. It was good. No,
Really?
it was good. Yeah, he gave some good tips. It was a proper, it was in his unique style. He gave some tips.
What were the tips?
Just general things about be creative by stealing.
Oh yeah, of course you can.
As in, like, literally, he says basically what your unique style is going to be is everything you've stolen off other people meshed into one.
Yeah.
That's pretty much, and I agree with him. I've stolen so much stuff from everyone else, but by putting it all together, you get yours.
Yeah.
Like, I've mashed together bits of. Well, I like to think I've mashed
That you've
together.
tried.
Yeah, mashed
to-
together bits of Pro Jared, definitely Into the Barrier. Little bit of. I've tried to make it a little bit John Tron at times, but I failed in that sense. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, just loads, all your creative things, you mesh them together. Like this podcast is basically a poor rip-off of the Weekly Planet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how you doing, guys? So good. No,
You're just not a cool
and of
Australian
course,
guy.
my Nazi Captain America video was pretty much solely influenced by Mr. Sunday Movies himself. It was very much supposed to be like him, but it was a bit less humorous.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I saw that video. It was awful.
I think I'm like 300, 400 views that did.
That Justin Bieber's got over 1 billion views. Is that a good video?
That's mostly people going to hate on him.
Exactly. Views does not make a good video.
But a lot of people quite like
Like
it.
your FIFA video you released the other day. That was funny. That was a good video. But only 10 people to watch it.
So far.
So far. It could reach 10 million by the time we finish this podcast.
I can only dream.
Only dream.
Anything else you can think of? There's a fuckload more that the listeners are screaming out at us that they
No
want us
Man's
to talk
Sky
about.
is now finished. The game's done.
That's not based on a film.
Oh, you just said anything else. You didn't
Yeah,
say
anything
specifically
else in the topic.
But you didn't say that, did you?
Okay, fine. Anything else in the topic, you pedantic prick?
Okay, let me just finish this thing. They've finished the game, so
Right.
hopefully it will not be delayed again. Okay,
We
films.
could only dream.
I don't know.
Again.
Uh,
There's a shit ton.
there's a lot like film. I don't know because they
Should we give a general verdict? Do they work?
sometimes
Very occasionally.
very rare.
I'd
not-
say 2 out of 10 times.
the
they
last 10
seem
years
to
no.
work. No.
Last 25, yes,
Mm.
in certain cases. You can say because they don't really tend to do it as much anymore.
The thing is,
Probably
right?
because they have terrible reviews.
Okay, so we've
tend
got-
to.
I think everyone knows that they generally don't work. Why?
I'm
But
glad.
why?
Why? Because I don't know. Because the way a film's structured is not the way a game should be structured.
Mm.
Because they're two different things.
We just both glanced at the door then because you heard that, didn't
I
you?
know, yeah.
We were just both like,
Don't
what?
dare
no,
walk
no,
in here.
no.
Go
Okay, anyway.
away. Okay,
Continue.
sorry. The way a game's supposed to be structured and made, completely different to how a film is supposed to be seen and
Yeah.
conceived by the viewer. It's got to be different in a lot of different ways.
And they just can't seem to
They
find a good
can't-
balance.
Some films it would work, but like if they made a film about Batman vs Superman, that wouldn't work.
Mm.
That wouldn't work because you would literally just have to make the game what the film is.
Yeah.
That sequence, and then it ends at the end of the film. You can't make like an open world. Oh, you can do this. You can do side quest. You can't do that with that kind of film.
Would you think you
With
could...
Spider-Man, kind of, because you can get to because during the film you obviously see him save people and do all these things that aren't part of the main story of the film.
Mm.
So in that way, you can have side quests for a Spider-Man film, and then do the main quest whenever you want to.
Mm.
But with things that have a sort of like a linear story that you have to follow,
Yeah.
it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Like in Batman vs Superman, I go back to that again. Batman is constantly trying to find out about like Wonder Woman, and then it follows into Superman things, and then not a lot of stuff happens that they mention, like, oh, Superman did this, he did that. Not a lot of side expanding that you could put into a game.
Mm. Would you think that... Have you seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Yes.
Would you think a game based on that would work? Because that is a game... That is a film based on the history of video games. So would a game based on that work?
Again, no, because there's not a lot from the actual story of the film. There's not a lot of ways it could expand.
Well, you could do all the boss battles yourself.
Yeah, but that's part of the film, though, kind of.
Yes, you'd still have the same outcome, but you wouldn't have to do it necessarily in exactly the same way.
I suppose.
I mean, the first fight against Matthew Patel,
Yeah,
it's still just a fight. You
it's
could do that
yeah,
yourself.
but again, it's a tricky thing that they haven't done right many times at the moment. It's I don't know, just some way. It's like when you get a game from a film, you think, I don't want this to be like the film, sort of thing.
I know what
Which
you
is
mean.
why I think games for films should not exist. But saying that, like we said before, you then wouldn't have Spider-Man,
Yeah.
which were good games.
I wish I had a PS4 just for the upcoming one.
I'll bring mine over.
Looks incredible.
We can do a video on it.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know what you think. Whether I don't know,
Well,
because everyone's opinion's different.
I think they can work. I just think studios are lazy. Like, they just think this will be successful if the film is. And they just hope to piggyback
Exactly,
off the
that's what I
success.
mean.
They don't try.
It's something that they use to gain money back that they may lose from the film,
I think you can...
like the Amazing
I
Spider-Man.
think you can make them work. I just think they don't really bother in a way.
It's the thing, like a company that's publishing it, let's say like Warner Bros. Or something like that, will give them a budget. And if they say, we want you to make a game as well, that would be included in that budget. And you think about how much the film's going to take from that budget, it's like, and then you've got to market it, you've got to do all these other things. How much are you going to have left over for the game?
Yeah.
Unless you've got a big film that you want to put a lot into a game as well, it's not going to work.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
But, oh well. Everyone's opinion is
Leave your
different.
comments, people. Even though hardly
They
anyone's
won't.
done that yet.
They won't.
I think that's the podcast.
Yep, that's pretty much anything else. I
Pod
can think of at
podcast
the
is
moment.
over. Okay, so this was films adapted into video games. We probably will do the opposite at some point. Video games adapted into films, which have a similar story of shit.
Yep.
For some reason, but we'll get into
But
that.
some good.
But we'll get into that another time.
Also, something I'd like to go into as well is like,
In your own time.
yeah, I know. Sorry. It's more based on films. Like something we can go into is like, cartoons that have had live action like remakes and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like Thunderbirds, which was
Dragon,
which went from puppets.
Dragon Ball Z,
Yes.
which was an abysmal film. It was awful.
So we're gonna do basically a films-based episode.
We can do.
Really treading on the weekly
or we
planet
could
ground
do like TV shows or cartoons that have been made into games as well.
Yeah.
Which again, Dragon Ball Z, amazing games.
Mm.
They make some really good games with those.
One thing I think I wrote down but hasn't saved onto it for some reason. You get lots of films adapted into video games. You don't see it so much with TV. You don't see
No.
TV series adapted into games much. You do see it occasionally. Doctor Who has a couple of shite games based on. Well, they're not. They're depends. They're okay-ish.
Again, but
They're
like I
not the
say,
worst thing
Dragon Ball Z,
ever.
that technically that's just a TV. That's a TV series. That's got loads of games
Yeah.
that have all been. They've all the basic idea of them is the same, but they are very good games.
Mm. But in general, it doesn't happen so much that you turn a TV series.
Imagine a
into
Breaking Bad video game. Make meth.
Brilliant! I want it. Petition. Get it done.
A drug making game. See
Right.
how that's gonna be banned.
I think I did write that down. Must have forgotten to save or something. Either way, that is
We're done.
it. We might be back next week. It depends if I need to get to another hospital appointment or if I
For your foot.
take my foot off or fuck knows. We'll be
ISIS,
back.
ISIS abducts you.
We'll be we'll be back when we're back. So
Hopefully next week.
yeah, hopefully next week. If not the week after. If not the week after that, who knows?
Probably tomorrow. You don't know.
It won't be tomorrow.
I will persuade him. Don't worry.
Right then. Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.